Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
At the end of the day, when those people go to write their check, it's more money than it was last year.
Property taxes are a continuing debate in Cass County. For many, they keep going up, and people are not happy about it. The city says it has actually lowered the mills.
But because property valuations went up for many of us, it didn't matter. We're still having to pay more. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric looks at the latest wrinkle in this issue.
Property taxes are forcing at least 5 couples from their homes. They couldn't make it to Monday night's city commission meeting, so their friend stepped up to the microphone for them.
And those people are being forced to move out of their house and out of this community and away from families to a place that doesn't have the services that this place has, only because they can't afford to live here anymore.
Ron Gilmore's passion was evident as he laid into the city commissioners.
The system is broken, and you guys are patting yourself on the back, thinking that you've done a great job because you lowered our mill levies. Take the money that you're giving away if you want an increase.
His argument is that people on a fixed income, like the elderly, keep having to dole out more money for health care and medications, and now property taxes. But they're not getting an increase in, say, their Social Security.
We're doing the best to keep spending as tight as we can, but on the flip side, we're a growing town. We want to have law enforcement, fire department, all those things, so it's a challenge.
So should you or your loved one be in a similar situation, encourage them to check out the homestead credit for the elderly or disabled. It's for people on a fixed income. You have to be at least 65 years of age or older, and your income has to be less than $42,000 per year from things like Social Security and pensions. In Fargo, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
We tried reaching out to Ron Gilmore today. We are unable to track him down. We've posted links to the City of Fargo resources online. Just click on this story at our website at valleynewslive.com.
Moorhead police are looking for a suspect involved in a home burglary. Authorities were called to a home in the 2100 block of 17th Street South around 12:15 p.m. The homeowner told police the suspect appeared to be in the process of stealing property. The suspect ran out a side door and the homeowner chased him. That's when the robber allegedly pointed a handgun at the homeowner. Police say the suspect got into a gray or silver car. They describe him as a white man with longer dark hair, wearing a yellow hoodie with a dark colored jacket over the top. Police canvassed the neighborhood but didn't find the robber.
Our calls for service are increasing. Our community is increasing, so we are responding to more calls for service.
If you have any information, you are urged to contact Moorhead Police. And it's been a busy day for Moorhead Police after they responded to a gunshot that was fired earlier this morning. It happened inside an apartment just off of 8th Street and 2nd Avenue South. Police say the tenant called them after a male and female acquaintances pointed a shotgun at him and then shot it in a different direction before taking off. No one was hurt, but police are now investigating what happened. Officers are looking out for a white car that the male and female drove away in.
One of those days where a coat was handy at times and then not needed. I'm guessing you're advocating a coat tonight, Hutch.
Yes, especially if you're in our eastern counties where temperatures are quite cool still. Wind gusts not as strong as yesterday, but we still saw gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range up and down the Red River Valley. Take a look at the satellite radar. Clouds and showers of rain moving through eastern Minnesota. And that cloud cover is pushing into the northern Red River Valley as we speak. Taking a look at temperatures, we only have mid-40s for Bemidji right now. That's jacket-worthy weather there, while it is in the 70s for some in southeast North Dakota. Your planner shows us slipping into the 50s, Mike, so that jacket will come in handy. The wind should decrease this evening. But with decreasing wind and clear skies, we have to worry about some frost, a frost advisory that does include Fargo and Cass County, the Devil's Lake Basin, in effect until the morning. I'll have details on that and talk about the rest of our week's outlook here in just a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Remember, you can stay up to date on the weather conditions where you are, anytime, on your smartphone or tablet. Just download the Storm Team weather app to get the latest weather conditions and even follow the radar live. Search VNL Weather in the App Store.
A last-minute plea from the last of 4 people charged in connection with a murder outside a Fargo bar last year. Jason Oyen was to go to trial today for murder and criminal conspiracy in the death of Joey Garsland. But just as the trial was getting underway this morning, Oyen pleaded guilty to manslaughter and criminal conspiracy charges. His sentencing date has not been set. A Lemoore man accused in a drunk driving crash that killed his passenger has changed his plea to guilty. Roddy Genskow's trial was scheduled to begin on Monday. Lemoore County says the judge did not accept a plea deal. Genskow is facing a vehicular homicide charge. Authorities say he crashed his pickup into a tree in Lemoore last January. His passenger, 25-year-old Joshua Dolan, died. A new hearing date has not yet been set.
2 people are dead after a 3-vehicle crash in Douglas County in Minnesota. The State Patrol says the crash happened about 3 miles west of Osakis around 6 a.m. A semi-trailer was pulled over on the right shoulder of westbound I-94. A GMC Sierra veered, crashed into the semi's trailer. A Volvo then crashed into the Sierra. The driver of the Sierra, 40-year-old Calvin Hess of Kenmare, North Dakota, and his passenger, 39-year-old Myron Bishop of Montana, were dead at the scene. A Fargo North student is facing possible charges and expulsion after bringing a BB gun to school. Another student told administrators that the boy might have a weapon while the school resource officer searched the teen and found the BB gun. It was not loaded, the student did not have any BBs with him, and no threats were made. The student was arrested and taken to juvenile detention. He is facing charges of carrying a concealed weapon and preventing arrest. Afterwards, the district will consider its own punishment.
Fargo police say they're looking for a man who may have information on a current investigation, and they need your help identifying him. Police released surveillance pictures of the man who's wearing a dark gray shirt and carrying a white plastic bag. The pictures appear to have been taken from a public bus camera. If you have any information, please call the Investigations Division at 241-1405 if you have any information. Over the next 5 years, students in the Hawley School District will see more on the curriculum regarding underage drinking and substance abuse.
A student survey showed that they have a higher rate of underage drinking in Hawley, and the school and nonprofit Reach were given a grant of nearly $1 million.
Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop found out how they plan to target the community and change the perception of drinking.
A 2013 Minnesota student survey revealed a shocking number to community and school members.
50% of 11th grade males reported using alcohol within the past 30 days. When you look at 50% of a class, that's pretty significant.
I had the opportunity to speak with a few Hawley High School students off camera. They tell me that underage drinking does happen in their school, and hearing the statistic about 50% admitting to do it in the last 30 days does ring true.
It's going to be a challenge. There's a lot of people who don't see alcohol as a problem.
Since the last student survey, Hawley's high school principal says the number has decreased. Cryle says they'll use part of the grant money to get an accurate reading of this number. She adds they are planning to get the community involved, hire a person to focus on this project, and implement additional alcohol compliance checks. But how effective has this been for other communities in the state?
Other communities that have gone through the process of this grant have seen some significant environmental changes and reduction in the amount of youth that are using alcohol.
Cryle says in the first year they'll focus on alcohol, but in the following years they'll incorporate drug use. In Hawley, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
9 communities in Minnesota received the grant. The next closest in our area was Alexandria. If you want to learn more about how you can get involved, click on this story on our website.
The last thing you want to hear while flying are the words "brace for impact." Airline pilots from around the country are taking a special aircraft accident investigation course at UND to make sure that never happens. They'll be studying different scenarios and the things that went wrong causing airline crashes. Their classroom will be an old 727 donated to UND by FedEx.
Some people say every aircraft accident is an opportunity to learn more about how these accidents occur. The more preventive measures we can put in place to make aviation a lot more safer than it is today.
To keep things in perspective, aviation experts say that statistically, your drive to an airport is much dangerous than the actual flight.
In tonight's restaurant report card, we're in Grand Forks, where a longtime restaurant takes the Clean Plate Award. We also have more critical violations from a repeat offender and critical violations from a restaurant that's brand new to this segment. We'll have that story on Valley News Live at 9 and 10 at 10.
Vice President Joe Biden must be a big fan of Carson Wentz. Later on Valley News Live Sports, what the Veep had to say this time about the former Bison quarterback and current Philadelphia Eagle.
A chilly night ahead once again. Some of us will see patchy frost this evening and into the overnight. A chance at seeing those northern lights. Your hour-by-hour forecast is coming up next.
You're watching Valley News Live on TV, online, and on the go. Always on, wherever you are, whenever you need to know. Valley News Live.